I'm really interested in Twin Peaks and its relationship to the film Fire Walk With Me. The Wet Your Whistle performance came out of being asked to do a piece of work for a Twin Peaks event up in Glasgow, and I've been a big fan of David Lynch, and he's had a big influence on a lot of my work. So I wanted to sort of create something where I could take Twin Peaks as if it was a real place and kind of engage with that, and I chose to do that by doing a pub guide.
Good evening. If you can hear my voice, that means my system has successfully managed to follow the first of its instructions. Twin Peaks is well known for its donuts, cherry pie, and of course, the coffee. But what else does this town have to offer? Where can you go to get something stronger at the end of the day? And what are they serving? I have travelled to Twin Peaks many times and am extremely familiar with its establishments and their clientele. Whether you're in Twin Peaks for the fishing, to go sightseeing, or just to get loaded, this guide will help you find the best place for your visit. Are you ready to wet your whistles? Does everyone have a drink? It is important that you do, so you can engage with the subject matter fully. Not to do so will mean a substandard experience and will anger my assistant. Drink up and whistle.
On Fire Walk With Me in Twin Peaks, there's so much to talk about and there's so much to unpack in his work. What fascinates me about Fire Walk With Me is that it takes all of the issues and the themes of Twin Peaks, but addresses them through this giving agency to Laura.
Although Laura's passive memory is the thrust of the TV show, being everything and anything to everyone, he gives her the benefit of agency and explanation with Fire Walk With Me. The narrative attention makes her futile attempt at keeping her life together through manipulation and obtaining concrete answers to the demons that stalk her all the more troubling, seeing that most of the audience knows the end she meets. The film is drowning in dramatic irony. Cheryl Lee's neurotic, manic performance is exhausting, but her experiences are the linchpin, pun slightly intended, of the film.
I think a lot of modern storytelling that has been inspired by Lynch, has used that same trope of the dead, naked girl as an entry point for crime narrative without ever giving her her own voice, which Lynch did in Fire Walk With Me, and I think that's a really important movie to consider.
Just watching Fire Walk With Me then, it's interesting seeing how David Lynch uses elements of the horror genre and sort of sci-fi as well, with the whole Bob character, to really personify abuse.
That she's a victim to her own desire. She's not a weak person. She is just someone who is caught in the crosshairs of abuse.
I mean, with David Lynch's work, there's always that sort of duality between the, and it's kind of like so saccharine loveliness, like robins and things like that, and then like pure absolute evil. And I think that oscillation between the two is what he does really well, is that it's you can consume that, where I think with a lot of other things it would just seem so ridiculous, but he manages to have that. You're not suspending your disbelief, you're just sort of entering into it.